Have you ever wondered, why do some people command respect without saying a single word? Why do certain individuals walk into a room and suddenly everyone pays attention? In a world where everyone fights to be heard, those who master silence hold the real power. They don't argue, they don't explain. Yet every action, every glance, carries an undeniable force. Think about the greatest strategists, the most influential leaders. They don't waste words. They observe, analyze, and act only when necessary. Their calmness unsettles their enemies. Their silence is not weakness, it's control. Today, I will show you the true power of silence. A weapon sharper than words, no shouting, no debating. Just 7 principles that will turn silence into your most formidable tool. Are you ready to uncover them? Principle number 1. Master your emotions. Have you ever seen someone lose control out of anger? They shout, they react, they let their emotions take over. And what happens? They become predictable, easy to manipulate, and weak in the eyes of others. Those who are truly powerful never let emotions control them. They don't react impulsively. They don't let provocation cloud their judgment. They observe. They calculate. They stay in control. Silence in the face of provocation is a sign of strength. When you don't react the way your opponent expects, you throw them off balance. When they can't read your emotions, they start to feel uneasy. Epictetus once said, "We cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond to it." Take Thomas, a sharp businessman. During a high-stakes meeting, his competitor constantly attacked him, trying to make him lose his temper. But Thomas didn't react. He simply sat there watching, silent. And when the moment was right, he spoke just one sentence, enough to turn the situation around. While his opponent lost control in frustration, Thomas remained calm and won the negotiation. Here's how you turn silence into power. First, control your breathing. When emotions rise, take deep, slow breaths. This instantly helps you regain composure. Then, pause before reacting. When provoked, resist the urge to respond immediately. Wait, think, and choose the most strategic response. Following that, observe your opponent. When you stay silent, you have time to read their emotions, gestures, and intentions. Next, keep a neutral expression. Never let them see your emotions. A calm, unreadable face keeps you in control. And finally, use words strategically. When you control your emotions, every word you say carries weight. Don't waste words. Let your silence speak for you. Mastering your emotions doesn't just help you control situations. It makes you someone others cannot underestimate. Now, think about the last time someone tried to provoke you. Did you react the way they wanted? Or did you control yourself and turn the situation in your favor? Principle number 2. Calmness is power. Have you ever met someone who remains calm, no matter how intense the situation? They don't panic, they don't flinch. And because of that, they control everything. When you stay calm, you force others to lose their composure. When you don't react, your opponents start to feel uneasy. They wonder, why isn't he responding? What is he thinking? And at that moment, you hold the power. The one who loses control will always lose the game. But the one who remains calm, even in the middle of chaos, is the one who truly wins. Marcus Aurelius once said, "When you feel anger rising, remember, giving into it achieves nothing. Staying calm is how you win." Look at Ethan, a skilled lawyer. In a crucial courtroom trial, his opponent tried to provoke him, throwing baseless accusations, hoping to make him snap. But Ethan didn't take the bait. He simply listened, watched, and waited. And when his opponent made a critical mistake in frustration, Ethan countered with just one precise response, turning the entire case in his favor. Here's how you turn calmness into power. First, train your mind to slow down. Don't react impulsively. Take a few seconds to think before you act. Then, control your body language. No shaking hands, no nervous fidgeting. A truly calm person moves with confidence. After that, observe instead of reacting. When you don't let emotions take over, you see things others miss. Then, be patient under pressure. When others get agitated, let them expose their own weaknesses. And finally, keep your voice steady. A slow, composed tone carries authority. Staying calm doesn't just help you control yourself, it helps you control the entire game. The next time you face a high-pressure situation, remember, the first one to lose their composure is the first one to lose. So will you let emotions take over, or will you stand firm in the storm? Principle number 3, become unpredictable. People fear what they can't understand. They hesitate when they can't control a situation. And when you become an enigma, you make them uneasy. Most people reveal their thoughts too soon. They react in ways that are easy to read, allowing others to predict their next move like an open book. But the truly dangerous ones never show all their cards. If your opponent can't predict your next move, they can't control you. If they don't know what you're thinking, they can't manipulate you. Sun Tzu once said, "Make your moves unpredictable. Confuse them, make them hesitate, and you will always have the upper hand." Take Jack, a master negotiator. In a high-stakes contract discussion, his opponents thought they had him figured out. They expected eagerness, a sign of urgency, something they could exploit. But Jack didn't react as they anticipated. When they expected him to agree, he stayed silent. When they expected him to reject, he smiled. When they thought he had made up his mind, he asked an unexpected question. The result? They became anxious and uncertain, while Jack controlled the entire game. Here's how you become unpredictable. First, never reveal your true emotions. Whether happy or frustrated, keep a neutral expression. Make others wonder what you're really thinking. Next, stay flexible in your actions. Don't lock yourself into predictable patterns. Keep your moves unexpected, then use silence as a weapon. When people expect a response, sometimes silence makes them more nervous than words ever could. Following that, disrupt your rhythm. Never let your opponents adjust to your pace. Speed up, slow down. Move forward, then step back. Keep them guessing. And finally, control your information. Not everyone needs to know what you're thinking or planning. Reveal as little as possible. The predictable ones are easy to control. The unpredictable ones hold the power. Now, think about how you react in critical situations. Are you revealing too much, or are you ready to become an enigma? Principle number 4, don't argue, control. Have you ever been in an argument where, no matter how right you were, you still felt like you were losing? The more you tried to prove your point, the more stubborn the other person became. Arguments are a trap. They drain your energy, waste your time, and most importantly, they don't help you win. Smart people don't argue. They lead. They control. They make others follow their direction. When you argue, you lose power. When you control the conversation, you win. Socrates once said, "You don't need to contradict anyone. Just ask the right questions and let them contradict themselves." Look at Linda, a sharp businesswoman. During a meeting, a colleague kept attacking her idea. Instead of arguing, she simply smiled and asked, "Can you explain exactly what issue you see with this idea?" Her colleague hesitated. She continued, "So what's your better solution?" The more he spoke, the more his argument fell apart. Without raising her voice, without debating, Linda won by controlling the conversation. Here's how you control instead of arguing. First, don't react immediately. When someone provokes you, pause, breathe, and think before speaking. Then, ask questions instead of pushing back. Let your opponent expose the flaws in their own reasoning. Next, keep your tone calm and firm. When you stay composed, you stay in control. Following that, steer the conversation in your favor. Don't let others drag you into pointless debates. Redirect the discussion where it benefits you. Finally, know when to stay silent. Sometimes, silence is the most powerful response. You don't need to win arguments, you just need to control the game. Next time someone tries to pull you into a debate, remember, the loudest person is usually the weakest. The one who controls the conversation holds the real power. Principle number 5, always be prepared, but never reveal it. Do you know what makes someone truly formidable? It's not strength, it's not words, it's preparation. Failures walk into battle without a plan. They overestimate themselves, they show off, and in the end, they become easy prey. The wise are always ready, but they never let anyone know they are. They don't brag, they don't seek attention. They prepare in silence, so when the moment comes, they strike with absolute precision. Sun Tzu once said that, "The strongest warrior is the one who is already prepared, but lets no one see it." Take Chris, a boxer. Before his big match, his opponent kept boasting, flaunting his confidence, even mocking Chris. But Chris didn't react. He didn't respond. While his opponent was busy showing off, Chris was training. And when the fight began, his opponent was caught off guard. Every punch, every movement from Chris was calculated, sharp, and unstoppable. He didn't just win, he controlled the entire fight. Here's how you stay ahead without anyone realizing it. First, prepare in silence. Learn, train, and sharpen your skills without seeking recognition. Then, keep your plans to yourself. The less people know, the less they can interfere. Next, strike unexpectedly. When you make your move, do it quickly and decisively. After that, let others underestimate you. When they lower their guard, that becomes your greatest advantage. And finally, never reveal your full capabilities. Always hold an ace up your sleeve, something they never see coming. Preparation is the ultimate weapon, but a weapon is only dangerous when the enemy never sees it coming. Now ask yourself, how well are you preparing for your success? And more importantly, how many people know about it? Principle number 6, never show weakness. The world is not kind to the weak. If you expose your weaknesses, others will exploit them. They will use them to manipulate you, control you, and put you at a disadvantage. You may be struggling, exhausted, or even failing, but never let them see it. When you hide your weaknesses, you remain in control. When you project strength, even when you don't feel it, you make others wary of you. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "Stay calm and strong, even when everything around you are falling apart. The one who shows no weakness is the one who cannot be defeated." Look at Emma, a skilled leader. Her company was in crisis, stocks were plummeting, and employees were losing confidence. But she didn't panic. She didn't let a single trace of fear show. Instead, she faced her team with absolute composure and laid out a clear plan. Seeing her unwavering confidence, her team regained their own. And together, they turned the situation around. Here's how you conceal weakness and maintain control. First, keep a neutral expression. No matter what happens, don't let others read your emotions. Then, control your body language. A strong person stands tall, moves with confidence, and never looks uncertain. Following that, be selective about who you confide in. Not everyone is trustworthy. Choose carefully who you share your struggles with. Then, master emotional discipline. Don't let fear, anger, or disappointment overpower your logic. And finally, remain calm under all circumstances. When you don't panic, no one can use your emotions against you. The less you reveal, the stronger you appear. The harder you are to read, the more dangerous you become. So, when was the last time you exposed a weakness? And next time, will you be able to stay composed? Principle number 7, earn respect, not fear. Do you want people to fear you or respect you? Fear can give you power in the short term, but it is fragile. The moment an opportunity arises, those who fear you will betray you. But if you build respect, you don't just gain power, You gain loyalty, trust, and a position that no one can easily take from you. The truly powerful don't intimidate. They command respect through action. Seneca once said, "A man may be forced to obey out of fear, but only respect will keep him by your side forever." Look at Jake, a military commander. He could have ruled through fear, strict orders, harsh punishments, intimidation, but instead, he led by example. He was always on the front lines, always the last to leave the battlefield, always fair in his decisions. No one dared to defy him, not because they were afraid, but because they respected him. And when challenges came, his soldiers didn't abandon him. They stood by him. Here's how you build respect instead of fear. First, lead through action, not intimidation. Don't talk about your power. Show it through your actions. Next, keep your word. If you say you'll do something, follow through. When people trust your word, they trust you. Then, be fair but firm. Fairness earns loyalty. Strength earns discipline. You need both. Following that, lead by example. Never demand something from others that you wouldn't do yourself. And finally, don't seek validation. Those who truly command respect never need to prove themselves to anyone. Fear can make people obey, but respect makes them stand by you. So when you walk into a room, do you want people to avoid you or listen to you? Silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. Silence is power. Those who master their emotions, stay calm under pressure, and remain unpredictable will always be in control. Those who avoid pointless arguments and instead lead the conversation will always hold the advantage. When you prepare without boasting, when you hide your weaknesses and only project strength, no one can underestimate you. And finally, when you build respect instead of fear, you don't just gain power. You gain loyalty. Remember, real power isn't in the words you say. It's in the words you don't need to say. Now, it's your turn. Out of these 7 principles, which one stood out to you the most? Which one will you start applying today? Drop a thank God in the comments to let me know you made it to the end of this video. And if you found value in today's lesson, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next powerful insight. Become the person no one can underestimate.